My weekly thought is going to be on parenting. Parenting is the greatest investment you will ever make that may never fully pay off the way you expected. One of the hardest parts of being a parent is realizing that children can come from the same home, hear the same lessons, sit at the same dinner table, and still grow into completely different human beings. One child may become disciplined and grounded, while another struggles with anger, addiction, or feeling lost. One may embrace every value you tried to teach, while another rejects almost all of them. And for many parents, that difference becomes confusing. How did they turn out so differently when they were raised the same way? But the truth is, no two children experience the exact same upbringing, even in the same household. Every child absorbs life differently based on personality, emotional sensitivity, birth order, trauma, confidence, insecurities, friendships, and experiences outside the home. One child may hear pressure and become motivated. Another may hear that same pressure and feel unloved. One child may see strictness as structure, while another sees it as emotional distance. That's why parenting is both deeply influential and deeply humbling. Parents matter greatly, but they are still not the absolute authors of another person's destiny. Still, there remains a connection that cannot honestly be denied. Your child did not appear out of thin air. Part of who they are came through heredity, part through environment, and part through the emotional experiences they had while growing up. That connection exists whether the outcome makes us proud or uncomfortable. Sometimes parents emotionally distance themselves when a child becomes something they never expected or agreed with. Maybe it's criminal behavior, addiction, estrangement, emotional instability, or choices that completely conflict with the values of the household they were raised in. But pretending there is no connection at all simply because the outcome hurts does not make the connection disappear. Family leaves fingerprints on us whether we acknowledge it or not. That does not mean parents should carry shame for every outcome. Some loving and stable homes have produced deeply troubled individuals, while some people raised in chaos became compassionate and extraordinary human beings despite what they endured. That's because human beings are complicated. Nature matters, nurture matters, choice matters, mental health matters, trauma matters. It is never just one thing. I think the healthiest parents are the ones willing to hold two truths at the same time. I am not fully responsible for every decision my child makes, and also, my influence on my child was real and meaningful. Both things can be true together. Sometimes parents distance themselves emotionally because the pain of connection feels too heavy, but love that only survives agreement is fragile love. Real love wrestles, it grieves, it reflects. Real love continues trying to understand even when understanding is difficult. Maybe there are things you could have done better.